Okay, it is that time, guys. We have 5 companies to cover. We're talking Alphabet, also known as Google, AMD, Snapchat, Chipotle. I know you guys like Chipotle, and we're going to break down Enphase, all of these just reported numbers. And guys, we got to dig into this. We got to break this down, the numbers, the stock charts, what I'm looking to do. But first, hit that like button. Do not forget to subscribe. We're almost at 50,000 subs, guys, and you might as well get your 30 stocks for a Moo. Deposit at least $100. You guys get 5 free stocks. Deposit at least $2,000. You get 25 more stocks. Simply use that link right down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moo. And now let's get into it. So, man, the entire stock market went up today. We're talking Dow up 0.3%, S&P up 0.75%, and the NASDAQ 100 and the Russell, they went up over 1% each, well over 1%, and a lot of stocks moved, man. We're talking Palantir, Big Tech, CrowdStrike, Starbucks. A lot of stocks were moving on my watch list. And, well, a lot are moving here after the bell, especially after earnings. So let's get into it. Alphabet is number 1, ticker symbol GOOG, which I did look at the stock. It is down. It's down $17 per share here, guys. Yeah, it is taking a beating right now. Google is down $17, or percentage-wise, we're talking about 9-10%. So, yeah, this is a pretty sizable dip, pullback, a dump after earnings, whatever you want to call it. So, Alphabet reported GAAP EPS of $2.15 versus $2.12 expected on revenue of $96.46 billion versus $96.64 billion expected. So a slight miss in sales, guys, after beating on GAAP EPS. Not the best sign. And cloud revenue looks like here also missed. And this is not a crazy miss, but you guys have to realize when stocks are at all-time highs, right, even if it's not a crazy miss, it is a miss, and that could cause a stock that's at all-time highs to sell off, right? That's what we're getting right now. So it looks like cloud sales came in at $12 billion versus $12.2 billion expected. What did YouTube sales come in at? YouTube ads, $10.47 billion. Google Cloud revenue, we said that already. Google search and other revenue, $54.03 billion. Advertising revenue, $72.46 billion. Other bets revenue, pretty negligible, but $400 million. All right, not much. And I'm not seeing anything on guidance here, but it does look like YouTube ads beat, which is good. Considering YouTube ads have been struggling as of late. Looks like we got a beat there, which I do like. And it looks like here they paid dividends totaling $2.4 billion for the quarter. I forgot they do pay a dividend now. Yeah, I guess it's been a while. I mean, I've owned the stock for a while. I guess I forgot they paid a dividend. Either way, I don't really care about dividends, guys. I really don't give a crap about dividends in terms of me investing in terms of dividends, right? I don't chase the stock because it has a dividend. But I guess, hey, if it has one, it has one, right? But yeah, that's Alphabet. The stock's dumping here. But to be honest, man, the chart still looks good. It's still holding an uptrend. Yes, it is a falling knife. Yes, it is collapsing here, no doubt, 10%. But the trend still looks pretty damn good to me. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. It sure does to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get some buyers here, some consolidation. I don't see this slipping much further. It's already down 10%. I don't see it getting much worse. We'll see. But either way, we're in this channel. I'm eyeing it up. Maybe I'll buy more. Who knows? Maybe I'll buy more. I have to look deeper into the actual earnings release, the conference call, all that. But for now, man, I'm cool. I'm kind of indifferent on the earnings right now. They missed on revenue slightly. All right, not a big deal. I'm in this for the long term. I've owned it for years. I'm up a lot on the stock. I'm like, all right, next, on to the next, right? That's the way I'm looking at it. So, yeah, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, guys. This one is down as well, I believe. Yeah, about $5 per share after the bell. The downtrend is continuing still on AMD here, guys. And, man, it's been pretty volatile. Looks like we got up to 126. Now we're at 114. So we're down $12 from the high after the earnings came out. Looks like here AMD sees Q1 revenue of $7.1 billion, plus or minus $300 million. Let's see here, guys. Adjusted earnings per share for Q4 of 1.09 or $1.09. I don't know why I said it like that. Adjusted earnings per share of $1.09 versus $1.08 expected. That beat, and sales beat 7.66 versus 7.53 billion. Double beat there, and it looks like FactSet was expecting $7 billion for Q1 revenue, so that is above. Or they guided above that, which is good. It looks like plus or minus 300 million. They're looking at 7.1 billion of revenue. Not bad. But yeah, stock is selling off, man. Stock is selling off despite data center revenue up 69% year over year and clear opportunities for continued growth and more for AMD, which to me, guys, is why I own the stock, or I keep buying the stock. I own it because I think it is a pretty good value here, considering we're in a bull market. Not many stocks out there are good values, I would say, good buys, but I think AMD is, and it's been tough finding stocks out there to buy, guys, especially as we're going to all-time highs, but AMD's been one that I've been, accumulating over the last couple of months, a little bit here, a little bit there, and maybe I'll buy more tomorrow. But that's AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Not bad of not too bad, pretty solid, but the stock keeps on going down, and I'm scared to look at this one. Not that I own it, but Snapchat moves like crazy around earnings, guys. And here we are. It's popping. It closed at $11.60. Now we're at $12.05. After hitting $13.40, we popped about 15% initially after earnings, and here we are, taking a beating, giving back pretty much all that game, and yeah, we're at $12, man. Maybe getting ready for another move on Snap, maybe a push to test 13 again. Maybe. So Snapchat reported adjusted earnings per share of, 16 cents versus 14 cents expected on sales of 1.55 billion versus 1.54 billion. So it looks like they slightly beat sales and EPS. Not bad. Daily active users up 9% year over year, 453 million. I mean, that's not bad, but that definitely is slowing down a lot. Daily active users. Let's see, anything else? Anything on guidance? I mean, you guys know my thoughts on Snapchat, the actual product. Not a big fan. Not a big fan at all, to be honest. I think it's kind of just a bunch of not great content. We'll leave it at that. And the proof's in the pudding, right? The stock price is the same it was almost a decade ago, right? That can't be, that's not a sign of success, right? Did Facebook go public and their stock was the same price a decade later? No. Did all these other big successful tech companies, was that the case? Not really, right? Especially these last 10 years and this type of market we've been in. I mean, geez, if Snapchat can't go up in this bull market we've had for like 15 years now, what's it going to do if we have a bad bear market? That's the way I'm looking at it. But yeah, the stock has not done anything. That means, sure, they're making some money, whatever, revenue, they're growing daily active users, great, but it means their product sucks, right? The business is not the best. Investors don't see much upside in the stock and the company in the future, so they're not investing in the stock. Keeping the price down, it makes sense. I mean, I'm not a big fan. I would never buy the stock to own it, but maybe as a trade, all right, I'll consider it. But again, they're I don't know. I could see a world where in 10, 15 years, Snapchat doesn't exist, honestly. This could be one of those apps that just don't exist in 10, 15 years. in my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, $13. I'm going to set my alert. We do have an ascending triangle here. If it breaks out, perfect. We might get a break there. I'm most likely not gonna touch this thing unless it's just a no-brainer on the charts. We'll see. But yeah, not a big fan of Snapchat at all. Never have been really. I don't think I'll ever be. But yeah, that's Snapchat. Chipotle Mexican Grill. Let's pull this up. They reported earnings and their stock is falling, guys. Oh man, Chipotle closed at about $60 and it got down to 52 after earnings. That is a big drop of 12%. Very big drop there. We've rebounded a bit since, but still we're down $3-4. So it looks like Chipotle reported earnings per share, actually adjusted earnings per share of 25 cents versus 24 cents, expected on sales of $2.84 billion versus $2.84, $7 billion. So a very slight miss in revenue for Chipotle. Not that bad, but it is a slight miss there. And it looks like here comparable restaurant sales up 5.4%. It looks like operating margin was 24.8%, down from 25.4%. Not the best. Focus on Chipotle Q4 earnings, revenue miss, EPS beat. Focus on, I guess they're focusing on generous food portions, which drives food costs higher. Share slide. Yeah, I got to read deeper into that. But I could tell you for sure, at my Chipotle, I don't know what this is saying, but they sure don't give me generous portions unless I ask, right? I'm like, hey, can I get another scoop of rice? Can I get some more chicken on that bowl? And then they do it. But, you know, it takes a little bit sometimes. Chipotle estimates in full year 25, 315 to 345 new co-owned restaurant openings. Man, they're spreading like wildfire still. Chipotle expects 2025 comparable sales, restaurant sales growth in the low to mid single digits. All right. We'll see how that goes. But, man, this stock has not done anything in about a year and some change. Really, ever since they've done their stock split, 50 for 1. By the way, guys, the stock used to be like a $2,000 stock, whatever the heck it was. I think it got to 2,500. Yeah, I think so. And yeah, it's about time it's cooled off a bit because it was on a crazy run for a couple of years and it needed to cool off. And here we are, selling off a bit. Not that the business is screwed, unlike, Snapchat. Chipotle is a great business. The stock chart looks great long term, obviously, but maybe the stock got a little too ahead of itself after the split there, and we're kind of cooling off a bit. So last but not least here is Enphase. ENPH is the ticker, which they reported, and oh man, their stock is moving. Look at this, up around $4 right now after the bell. At one point, we were up $10 or 16%. Oh man, Enphase reported adjusted earnings per share of 94 cents versus 72 cents, expected on sales of 382 million versus 377 million expected. So a nice double beat for Enphase. Looks like they see Q1 revenue of 340 to 380 versus 339 million. So great guidance for Q1 revenue, and they see shipments Q1 of 150 to 170 megawatt hours of IQ batteries. All right, but really, man, the reason we're moving is because of that guidance. Very good beat there on guidance. And ultimately, we're still in a downtrend, but who knows? Maybe this is enough. And if they can string some quarters together of double beats and raising guidance, that could be enough to get us out of the downtrend. Finally, and Enphase, you guys probably know it's an interesting stock. It ran all of 2022. Not sure if you remember that, but it ran that entire year when the overall market was in a bear market. You guys remember that? And since then, it's been down. It's almost like people rode the stock in 2022. Then they all just shifted their money to big tech and dumped out of Enphase. It seems like that's what happened because, look, at the turn of 2023, right, when 2023 started, if you guys look at the charts, that's when big tech rocketed. That's when I was buying Amazon, Google at much cheaper prices in 2022 into 2023. And man, all the money flooded out of Enphase, and it's just been downhill since. Who knows? Maybe it recovers, though. We'll see. Again, if they string together a couple good quarters, they beat on guidance a couple times in a row, that is what it takes. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and get your 30 stocks from Moomoo. Once you deposit at least $100, you get 5 free stocks. Deposit at least $2,000, you get 25 more stocks, and your uninvested cash now will earn up to 8.1% APY. So guys, use the link down below or go to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.